Good morning. I am author Kay Lee, also known as Dr. Crystal Lee. I'm excited to be here today. I know there is a lot to do on a Tuesday. My goodness. I just want to step you a bit into my world, of course, but also just empower you, encourage you along the way. There's a couple of books I'm going to share with you today. I'm glad that I'm able to and capable of doing so. I'm thankful that you guys are going to be here with me to just have a conversation. So, if you have questions, comments, definitely put them in the comments. I would love to answer your questions if I can. And if I can't, I will find an answer ultimately to your questions. So, what I want to do today is I want to actually go through a devotional with you. Many of you may know that I have two devotionals. So I'm just going to see the one, I don't know, the one that picks out or sticks out to me the most today. And I think I'm going to do Bless the Work of My Hands because I've been doing a lot from 21 days. I'm going to post this book real quick just to give you a rundown of this one. If you have already gotten Bless the Work of My Hands, this is the next devotional that I've come up with. There you go. Um, and what I love about this one, let me see where it's at. Yo, goodness. Okay, there it is. What I love about this book is that it covers so much about just when we have to essentially break things that we do habitually or things that we do kind of without even thinking. So if you find yourself kind of doing the same things and you want to break that cycle, this is a really good book to do that. Okay. When you do get the book does come signed by me. It is in color, which I think is one of the best things about my devotionals is I do invest in them. I want them to look as good as they read and as much quality as I know is in the content. I want to also be very evident in the way I printed the book. This book is specially dedicated to men and young men, especially, but it is word driven, meaning it's Bible driven. So it is applicable to everybody. But design wise, it's a bit more edgier than this one. But they're both part of the transformation series, which is Transform, Go Beyond Change. So if you're wanting to transform your life and go beyond change, these are the books that I recommend. This is the one that is my latest book in the series. I read from this one because I do love it. Oh my gosh, it's some really, really good stuff. Um, yeah, it's 21 days. So you get 30 days to go through 21 days of content. So as you know, life gets busy. We can kind of just get busy. And so I wrote this book to help people to break chains in their lives because it works, but also to look at what might be holding you kind of hostage, in life. So if that can bless you, it's in here. Okay. A little bit about what's in here though. There's a daily verse, which is going to be listed here. Okay. And after the daily verse, which I love, it's already in the book. So you don't have to necessarily go look up it in your Bible, but it's already in here. So you can read it directly from the book. And then next is going to be a devotional. It's usually 1 to 2 pages. After that, it will give you a question or a few in this little cluster that I want you to answer. I want you to do the reflection, or this is the prayer. Sorry. This is the prayer and affirmation, which comes next. And then lastly, we have the reflection, which is located here. So this is just how you kind of check to see how you are engaging with the content. If you want to know, this is a really good way. And then I want you to take notes because I want you to come back to this book after you've used it, maybe 30, 90 days later, just to see what you wrote and what was your experience. And then I want you to see how much you changed, what chains were broken in your life. Because sometimes we don't realize it because we are focused on what we're focused on at the moment. And it may not be what we were praying about or being intentional on changing prior to. So I want to encourage you with that. And again, this is the second most recent book in the series. It's in color. It's about 200 pages. So it's not a skinny book by any means. It does come with 21 days of text reminders. So when you order the book, I will definitely make sure you get that added bonus because that's the way the book is supposed to be used. It's supposed to be used with me more or less reminding you and coaching you through the devotional and prayer journal. So yeah, that's what I love about it. It's a devotional and a journal in one, and plus you'll get reminders from me as you go through the days and the devotion. All right. Now, the one that we're going to do today is a oldie, but still a goodie. It's Bless the Work of My Hands. It's a 21-day devotional and journal. Okay. This one is good for men and women. I know sometimes people see the butterfly and they're like, oh, butterflies are male and female, guys. So there's not a woman's book, but it definitely is intentional. Okay. So if you've been wanting to get intentional about the Father blessing the works that you've been doing, this is the devotional you want to get. Okay, say yes, say yes, say yes. Good. I do see all of you guys. Welcome to TikTok Nation. Appreciate you, Mandy. Thanks for being on. Kix, thank you so much for being here. I do see you as well. Daniel, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Okay, so today I want to do a devotional from this book. Okay, so I'm going to pin this one now. I'm going to switch it out. If you do want a different cover or what have you, you can definitely choose the other book. They're both really good. They have two different devotional styles as far as the content, but they are very consistent with who I am. In case you don't know, I am a author, I am a publisher, ghostwriter, but most importantly, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I am a disciple. I am an ordained chaplain and I am an ordained minister. So inside these books, all of this juice comes in here. You can buy this book right here on TikTok. You can just click the pin or use the pin there. And when you use the pin, it'll allow you to check out while you're still on the live. So you don't even have to leave. You're welcome. It's always my pleasure to share. Indigenous, how you doing? Welcome to the live, hon. Yes. Hey, Mikey. Thanks for looking at this book. I do see you and I appreciate you. So, yeah, so all the books that you're getting on my shop are all written by me, authored by Crystal Kaylee. And I read my books in these lives. I answer questions live, just so you know I'm a real person. I'm not a computer just kicking out books like an AI robot. I don't use AI to write my content. So this is me. This is how I sound, is how I write, which is good because I'm consistent. And so if you like me, love me, you'll love this book, I'm telling you. So we're going to start off in day 12 of Bless the Work of My Hands. I know I am skipping a couple of days because if you've been here before, you may have heard me read some of the devotionals over time. I like to skip around the days just so if you're new, you get a full experience of how the devotional is meant to be used because it's good. Every day is good, but I definitely want to make sure that if you've heard day one, I don't want to keep reading day one. That's kind of whack. Plus, when you order the book, I do the introduction devotional for you with the video and everything. So you don't even have to read it. That's a good part. What I love too about this devotional is I do still use it. My mom and a lot of close people to me definitely use this book on a regular because it works. I know sometimes we're like, Lord, bless the work on my hands. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it's not what you think it is. I know sometimes we feel like, oh, it's because I don't have, but it's really because maybe the way you look at what you have is not the way you need to see the fulfillment of your blessing. And so this deals with everything that could be blocking your blessing, not just the bank. It could be dealing with how you see the bank or what you're wanting and stuff like that. So I want to show you how to expand maybe your mind or expand how you are looking at prayer, show you that you can reach for more because more is out there. Okay. When we don't know, we don't know. Thank you so much. I do see you. I appreciate you. Okay. So here we are. We're on day 12. Okay. And it's on page 105. These books are nearly 200 pages. They're like 190 something pages. So these are not baby books. They are in color. So if you're wondering, I'm going to show y'all a little bit of layout as well. Okay. So here it is, day 12. It's coming from Hebrews chapter 12, verses 5 and 7. And have you forgotten the exhortation that addresses you as sons? My son, do not regard lightly the discipline of the Lord, nor be weary when reproved by him. Okay. Don't be weary when God is correcting you. Sons and daughters. Okay. That's what I told you. This is not a woman's book. This is for those that are spirit bound, those that are heaven bound, those that want to be, those that need to break free out of this. Sometimes we got to break free, y'all, mentally, spiritually. And I want to show you how to do it. Not because I'm powerful, but because the word is. Okay. What's the subject? The subject is on Hebrews chapter 12, 5 through 7. Okay. So I'm just reading the verse here. And I'm helping those who may not be as savvy with reading, scriptural verses, how to see what the Father is really wanting to share. And I'm going to read the devotional that's going to make it even more applicable. Okay. This is a devotional, babe. It's a devotional. So it's Bless the Works of My Hands. It's a 21-day devotional and journal. Okay, so that's the subject or the title of the book. Bay Area, how you doing? Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome. Okay, so here it is. My sons, do not regard lightly the discipline of the Lord, nor be weary when reproved by him, meaning corrected by him. For the Lord disciplines the ones he loves and chastises every son, every daughter whom he receives. It is for discipline that you have to endure. God is treating you as sons and daughters. Okay, I want you to be clear that when you are reading scripture, you do want to make sure you're reading it in context. Okay. This verse is coming from the ESV. In case you're wondering, this is literally a direct quote from the Bible. That's why it's in quotes. It's not something I wrote up to summarize. It's actually the ESV version. Okay. So for those of you who are curious, the version I do understand. So I posted it as well. All right. So that's Hebrews 12, 5-7. Now let's read the devotional, which is the part that I do enjoy as well. This part is going to help you to understand the verse a bit more. In case you missed the beginning, I am an ordained chaplain. I am an ordained minister. I do teach from, different churches. I do enjoy being invited to come out and share. But the way I give back the most is through books, because that's the way the Father's led me to have a ministry, is through content media, like now TikTok and everything on social platforms. I enjoy what I do. Okay. I'm not a pastor, will not claim to be one, but I'm very much who I am. And I like that. And you don't have to be in a church to be able to minister and teach either. Tranquila, thank you so much for looking at the book, love. Hugs and love. Okay, so here it is. Do you feel like you are being disciplined by the choices you have made in life? I remember my mom once pointed out a scripture that says, if you are buffeted, corrected for your own fault, take it patiently, which is in 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 20. If you are currently in a learning or growth curve, don't get down on yourself. I know it can be very hard to deal with the consequences of our actions. Sometimes we wish we could just hit Control Z or get a redo and not have to pay for the choices we have made. I want to tell you that as a believer and a child of Yah, you cannot escape all trouble and correction. Those whom the Father loves, he will correct. It's also in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 12. If we go off the path, like any good parent, his job is to correct our steps. How many of you know a good parent is not the one that lets their children just run around, act crazy, do crazy stuff, and they're just like, oh, they just kids? No, they're undisciplined children. So you have to show them the way. The Bible says what? Train up a child and the way that they should go. So as they get older, they won't depart from it. What does that mean? They won't depart from knowing what is good, what is right, because that's the foundation you laid for them. So that's why it's so important to allow the Father to even correct us so that we know the foundation for how to live our lives. Okay. Sometimes that means sitting us down to refocus our efforts. It can mean losing something we like or enjoy. Our choices do have consequences, so be mindful of how you live. Okay. As children of Yah, we are to be the light to the world. We are good at enjoying being special and having privileges, but it can be challenging to embrace the responsibility. Along with the wealth of resources comes responsibility and accountability. It is not easy to have a harvest, is it? As a farmer quickly learns, you can plant a field of seeds, but if you are not diligent to take care for the seeds, they will not produce nothing for harvest season. Okay. So this is one of the things I love about the Bible too, is it puts in a lot of analogies about farmers and harvests and things like that. But we're not really farmers in our everyday lives. We go to grocery stores. So the concept of what he may be trying to get us to understand spiritually, we may not understand because physically we don't do those things. Socially, they're not even normal. Nobody really farms. So the question is, what could be learned from this concept? And I would dare share with you that what you will realize is when you put your effort in to buy groceries and to put on the stove and turn on the lights and cut up the stuff and then put it in the oven, if you overcook it and you burn it, everything like you just did, you may feel like was for nothing because you can't enjoy it. Okay. If a farmer puts seeds in the ground but doesn't water it, doesn't turn the soil, doesn't make sure it's in the right environment, it's not going to get burnt up by the sun. It wasn't buried deep enough. These are the reasons why certain things we do don't work. We don't see the bless the workers of our hands, right? Because we're looking for that. Okay. And I want you to know that as you are looking for what you are looking for, you want to be honest with yourself and allow the word to correct you. Okay. Because those whom the Father loves, he does correct. He will show you your shortcomings. He will show you through people, through pastors, through strangers. Hey, look, maybe you should look at that. Sometimes it is your banker that's telling you the way you're spending money isn't really that good. So, how is the Father going to bless you with more if you haven't learned to be a good manager of what you already have? How is he going to bless you to go forward when you are still looking in your rearview mirror and you refuse to see what could be gleaned, learned from back there so you can move faster for where you're going? All right. Thank you, Paco. I see you. Cheryl, thanks for looking at the book. And guys, this book does come with 21 days of reminders and text messages. You will go through the book with me. The first devotional in the book is also done for you on video with me. So if you are getting the book, they do come signed by me too. Okay. I am the author of the book if you're recently jumping in as well. Okay. So here we go. You will need to water the seed, pull the weeds, and keep bugs away if you want your plant to grow healthy and strong. In our lives, you got to protect your ideas from people that can function like bugs, parasites. You want to make sure you're nurturing, giving it water, right? Giving it water means feeding yourself with the stuff you need. If you want to do something and you lack the wisdom or the knowledge, you may have to go to school. You may need to take a course. You may need to get a coach. You may need to reach out beyond your immediate means in order to see the blessing from the work of your hands. Okay. Blessing the work of my hands is the name of the book, right, guys? Now, here's the thing. Sometimes to get blessed, you have to go beyond what your strengths are, go beyond what your weaknesses are, go beyond your education, go beyond your perceived limitations. Okay. And sometimes those limitations are very real. Okay. And that doesn't mean the Father doesn't want to bless you there. It just may mean the way he's blessing you, you may not see it as a blessing. Sometimes when the Father sends us people into our lives to help correct us, we think, oh, they're just against me. Oh, they're haters. No, some of these people are in your life because they're your mentors. Mentors are gifts. They are blessings. So blessing the work of your hands might mean it's coming through another vessel. Okay. Here we go. When we take shortcuts like spraying a pesticide, we can damage the very essence of what is inside. To fix one problem shouldn't create more issues. Sometimes we feel like, oh, in order to get over this hump, I gotta lie. But lies lead to more lies. And the more you keep lying, the more you have to lie in order to maintain the lie. And then you forget the lie because the truth now is so blurry because you're used to lying. Okay. Lying is a systematic, habitual like trigger response. Like every time you don't know what to do, you panic and then you lie to get out of stuff. Sometimes we feel, but how many of you know delayed is not denied? That goes for the positive and the negative. Okay. So if you're realizing that, oh my goodness, my life is going down, let's look at what we're doing habitually. Are you a liar habitually? Are you inconsistent habitually? Are you struggling to focus habitually? Because what you do on autopilot is what's going to come out the fastest. When you're trying to train yourself in a new way, that's why it takes 21 days to learn a new habit, because you have to retrain your mind. And training your mind is is a task. And for some of us, it's more, we got to be more deliberate. We got to be looking at posting notes every day to remind ourselves. And if you need that, do it. That's why I send the text messages with the book. Because if you don't see it, sometimes we forget. It's honest. If I ain't been reading my Bible all my life, how I'm gonna learn to you know what I'm saying? So that's why I give you 30 days to go through a 21-day devotional, because you may miss it sometimes. But don't miss this. Even though you may fail on some of the battles, you can still win the war. Winning the war is still completing the book. Even if it takes you longer than 30 days, it's all right. The whole point is to get the meat that's in it for you. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how to dive deeper. That's what this book is. It's an experience book. Okay. And you can do this book twice. I want you to read it once, 30, 60 days later, come back to this book, look at what you wrote, look at what was happening, and look at how far you've come. Because when you see how far you've come, it gives you that confidence to keep going. It stops you from saying, God ain't on my side. Ain't nobody listening to this. Why am I got my business? Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody buying anything. You have to change how you are doing things. If you want to bless the work of your hands, you got to understand it's blessed already. Some of us are waiting for people to tap in for us to say it's blessed. No, you got to know it's blessed already. Okay. So Let me help you. Here we go. To fix one problem shouldn't create more issues. 100%. I once had a client who I was helping launch her bakery. She got a wonderful deal on a space. She was attached to a hair salon that stayed busy, y'all. And she started with curious customers. We got everything going because she had recently gotten a settlement of about 25,000 that helped her front the expenses and her salary for about 6 months. This cushion made opening the business an easy choice, and she could relax as she built up the business. But before we got through month one of her daughters got into a financial pinch. She turned to her mother and asked her for $17,000 as a loan. She said she would pay it back and had an intention to do so. How many of y'all know when your blessing comes, other people feel your blessing is their blessing? Oh, you just got a new job. Oh, that's so great, girl. Can you do this? Can you buy me? Can you take me? You just got a new car. Oh my gosh, girl, we can start driving to work together. Hold up. You are now assigning my blessing to be your blessing. If you're not careful, people will see what you got and start making plans for your blessings to be theirs. Not all the times that's true. Not every time you're blessed is so you can give it all away. So you need to know what is for you is for you. What was for Joseph was for Joseph. Yes, it benefited everybody that was in association with him, but they could not take it. They could not co-lead Egypt with him. That wasn't their assignment. Sonia, thank you, baby. I see you. Thanks for following too, love. Okay. So don't allow people to tap into your assignment and make their assignment their destiny. There is a more sinister way of understanding this. People who are out here stealing people's birthrights through spiritual voodoo. I call it voodoo, but you use whatever terminology you want, but dark magic, we'll just call it that. I want to let you know the way you refute that is to know who you belong to and know who's blessing you, know who your resource is, who your source is, because he's more than a resource. You don't have to put him as your backup. Oh, he's a resource. No, he is the source. And when he becomes the source for you, no matter what witch, what devil, what warlock thinks to, speak against you or to cancel what he has blessed, they won't be able to stand. Okay. The Bible says, resist the devil and he will what? Flee from you. That includes witches, warlocks, demons, devils, all of that. Okay. So if you're wondering what is happening, and if you know this is a spiritual attack, how do I get rid of it? You need to refocus on who your source is. You need to dive deeper. You need to, what it say? The deep calleth unto the deep. You need to come closer to the fire because you're too far back. Okay. And if you're back there, if you're too far back and you're not filled with the Holy Spirit, then you're not going to be able, it's going to be hard to stand. The 7 sons of Sceva thought they could stand on word alone. Word works, but guess what? Faith and works have to go together. So if you're out here trying to do stuff that goes beyond your faith, the Bible is very clear when it says, Lord, increase my faith. Why? Because for some places y'all are going, you're going to need the Father to increase your faith. It wouldn't be in the Bible if you didn't need it. Okay. You need it because he put it there. He knows the things we don't know before we even know we need them. Okay. So that's what he makes provision for. Okay. He knew this lady wanted to start her bakery. This is his daughter. He knows her. So he says, you know what? I'm going to give you what provision. This is what we do. That's wrong, guys. Y'all ready? How many of you know that life happened? She loaned the money to her daughter. The expenses for the business kept rolling in, and the money she loaned out removed her security blanket. She also had to run around to help others and had a few closed days a week. These choices to put other people's needs before her own led to clients having no trust in her business. Okay. She wasn't reliable in their eyes to be there. Her food wasn't the problem. Some of you think, oh, it's because I'm not good enough. No, it's not. It's because you're prioritizing everybody else's stuff over your own. You're putting everyone else's blessings before the one the Father gave you. You're making everyone else's priorities your priorities when you're not a priority in their world. In fact, you're a resource, and you need to know, or some of you, they treat you like the source. You become their God. Not because they worship you, but because they treat you like they treat God. Oh, let me rub it real quick. Hey, mom, can you go pick up my kids for me real quick? I got something to do. Honey, I can't pick up your children today because I'm working. Oh, you just got your own little business. Mama, I know. I'm going to come by later. I come up from the shop. No, you have to draw lines to let people know this is something that's serious, important to you. And for a lot of mothers and fathers, we tend to let our children lead our lives, even after the point of them being adults. I want to let you know, this woman, great woman, wonderful mother, raised 6 daughters with her husband until they divorced, and she kept raising them on her own. And now she's grandma. She's picking up everybody's children every other day of the week. She was closing her business to go pick up grandchildren. And you might say, Crystal, but that's a nice thing to do. But is that her assignment? Maybe her daughters needed to learn to lean on their husbands, because some of them have husbands, but their husbands and the wives are not finding a way to go and pick up their children. When you know your mom is building a business, and they did not come to her business to buy her food. They did not come and support that business at all. In fact, they didn't take it seriously. Why? Because she didn't either. Hey, Jerry, thank you so much for looking at the book. Okay. So when you're not taking yourself seriously, it's hard for people to see that you're blessed. Why? Because if you know you have something that's valuable, if you got a $10 million ring on your hand, how you gonna treat that? How you gonna treat that ring? You gonna protect it? You gonna lock it up? You ain't gonna wear it out to crazy places where you feel like the environment is dangerous. You ain't gonna expose yourself to people that you know will make you a target. Okay. But when you don't know what you have is valuable, you treat it like anything. You put it on the desk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no security. You don't, you ain't got no thoughts about this because it's not a priority to you, and people don't prioritize what you don't prioritize. If you're like, hey, look, it's my prayer time. I'm not answering my phone. I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna put everything on mute. Now people know, hey, can't call between 8 and 9. Mom's on prayer. She don't answer her call during prayer. So I'm gonna have to call her what at 10. You're teaching your children's boundaries. You're teaching them how to fix their problems when you're not around. Because why? They know they can't call you. So when you create these boundaries, you're really helping them. You're showing them how to be responsible and accountable, because in the kingdom of God, it's both of those things. The Father gives us the what? The word, so we can use it. Not so we can know of it and just don't use it and just say, fix it, Jesus. No, he's going to use you to fix some of your own problems. He's going to tell you, no, I need you to get disciplined. No, I need you to be accountable here. No, I need you to show up on time so that I can help you get promoted. The reason you're not getting promoted is because of this. Oh, well, Lord, it ain't always my fault. Is it though? Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we need a job that's more flexible to how we may need to live if we have to make accommodations. So pray for that. Sometimes we're praying for the things that don't match our circumstances. Oh Lord, give me a wonderful job that is consistent and da da da. But your life ain't consistent. Okay. So then you're praying for a job that you may not be able to maintain. So it doesn't feel like a blessing anymore. It feels like a heavy weight because it's not what you want. It's not what you need. When I was praying about what I needed, and I'm gonna share some of these books too. When I was praying about what I needed from the Father, I said, Lord, I need a flexible position because I have little children and I don't want other people to be the greatest influence on my children's lives, because they say between 0 and 5, that's when they learn the core concepts of their nature, their character. And I don't want that character to be built by people I don't even know. And so, Lord, this is just me. I know everybody don't have this prayer or this ability. So this is not a stunt against you, but this is to show you how good the Father is. So if this is something you do desire, if you do want to change going forward, to know you can do it. So when I prayed that prayer, he gave me a business. Now the business he gave me was work. I'm still working. And in fact, I work around, not around the clock, but I work at different times to accommodate cooking dinner at 6, accommodate, doing homework if I have to at 4:30, because children come home at 4:30, the other ones come home at 3. And so I have different times where I have to be doing different things. I'm gonna work 8 to 5 when all my children come home between 8 and go to school between 8 and 5. So for me, it was a no-brainer that, Lord, this regular life stuff don't work for me. And at the time, I wasn't always married. I didn't always have a husband that was helping me when I was married. So if that's you're realizing real quick, Lord, I'm gonna need you to what? Show me how to do this. Okay. And so, yes, this is part of what I had to learn. And I want to say we all can learn. And the Father's so good, he's going to show you. Okay. Here's the thing. So she was making these choices, right, to prioritize other people's lives. And if you're making those, I want to help you to understand that these things are not what the Father wants you to do. Okay. If people do troll comments, I'm going to delete you because you're trying to disrupt the atmosphere and I ain't going to let you. All right. Moving on. So she wasn't reliable in their eyes to be there. Her food wasn't the problem. Some of you, your gifts are not your problem. It's other things. It's your accountability. It's maybe your responsibility. Maybe it's your intention on quality. Yes, you're good, but when you get in a rush, you don't have the same quality. Okay. So I want to let you know, look at the things that are causing your blessings to feel less and less, to depreciate and not accelerate. The Bible says we go from glory to glory. So if you're not going glory to glory, then the question is, what's the story? What's in the in between? Okay. And maybe it's redirection. It doesn't always have to be a negative. When you come up against a problem, problems are what entrepreneurs love, because that means they find ways to solve them. Okay. And when you can solve something for yourself, you can now see how to solve something for somebody else. And now you have something you can sell, you can market, you can give, you can share. And this is why I tell you, don't be so frustrated or mad when problems happen. Don't be mad when every time I try to do this, here you come. Look at what they do. Look at how you do. Look at how there's a response. And then look at, man, I wonder if I tweak this, because this is what business people do. If I tweak this, what if you can tweak how you respond in communication? What if you can tweak how you show up to work? What if you can tweak how you look at the Father? What if you can tweak, 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 and then you'll see, oh my goodness, I'm blessed. This is blessed now. Because sometimes it's not us waiting on God, it's God waiting on us. It's Him waiting on us to click. Oh, I get it now, Father. You want me to not yell at people and cuss them out first. You want me to say, okay, I hear what you're saying. So, what you're saying is, now I'm listening to you. I'm not waiting to respond and try to defute what you're saying. I'm actually trying to be present. Okay. Sometimes we miss what we need to hear because we're not present. Okay. Mama Marge, how you doing, love? Thank you so much. Carmel Thompson, thanks for being here, love. Dr. Kim Johnson, how you doing? And D2, thank you so much for being here. If y'all like what y'all hear, y'all doing great. Continue to lift up the hearts. Our goal is 2,500. We're at 1900, so we're almost there. So thank y'all so much for being in this live. I appreciate y'all. It lets other people know we're in the room. If you just popped in, we're on a devotional. This is day 12 for Bless the Work of My Hands. It is a 200-page devotional and journal, which I will help you get through. So yes, I am a certified coach, ordained chaplain, and minister, and I want to share with you some good news on how to build where you're trying to go, how to see the blessings on your life. Okay. Sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's very natural. It's very basic things we just need to do. Okay. And then you will see the blessings on your life. And people will tell you, man, I don't know what you did, but you look different. You sound different. You don't act like you used to. Okay. This is the evidence. All right. You might be saying, well, I ain't where I want to be. That's all right. You ain't where you was, because people are real quick to say, girl, you will never change. If you're hearing stuff like that, that might be something that's telling you, oh man, maybe they see something I don't see. Sometimes we don't see it because we're so used to it, right? It's normal to us. So you're sometimes being different is abnormal. So it means we have to be more intentional to make those changes. Okay. Mama Mars, thank you so much, love. Thank you, Big King. I see you too. I appreciate both of you. Okay. So here we go. So yes, yet she failed. So her problem wasn't her talent. She failed to water and cultivate what she was building. Some of us are failing to reap. Self-care is important. I know it's something we're so jaded with nowadays because we hear it so much, but I want to encourage you. Self-care, you got to feed, you got to pour back into yourself. Whether it is 20 minutes, I need to be alone. 30 minutes, don't say nothing to me. Because when people are pulling, what happens to you? You start fading. You start feeling like, man, everybody just wants something from me. If you've been saying that, everybody just wants something from me all day. I feel like I can't breathe. I can't see. I can't focus. I can't do this. None of the things I want, I'm getting done. You have to take 20 minutes. Just take 20 minutes and say, okay, Lord, and have a conversation with the Father. Anything you want to say, just say something. And sometimes you don't say nothing. Sometimes you're like, Lord, I don't got nothing to say. I'm just sitting here because I need you to rework my heart in me. Because if I gotta go cook dinner, if I gotta go deal with this man, if I gotta go deal with this woman, and I'm in this headspace, I'm gonna end up lashing out on somebody. So allow the Father to bring you calm. Sometimes do gospel music. Just play 3 songs that make you happy, that encourages your spirit, that makes you know I'm valuable today. I know everybody wants something. They want chicken, they want fries, they want this. But today, you know what? Right now, I just need to get my heart right, my mind right. I need to just calm myself down. If you need to count to 10, if you need to count to 100, sometimes we got to go way past 10. I encourage you to do what you need to do. AJ, thank you so much for following, love. I see you. And I want to celebrate Big King real quick. Thank you so much for joining my fan club. I do see you. So thank you so much. AJ, thank you so much for viewing the book as well. The book does come signed. So when you grab the book, it will come signed to you from me. I am the author of the book, by the way. Okay. So although her daughter worked on paying her back and would eventually pay it off, the payments trickled in. With the days she was missing from work, her sales plummeted. Okay. Plus, she didn't have time to go around the neighborhood to promote her business to potential clients. Her lack of balance on time and loaning her reserves meant she had to be in several places at one time. She had to choose between helping her family and launching your business. When you don't have balance, you're going to have to choose between two good things. Isn't that the worst choice to ever have to make? To choose between two really good things? Choosing between a bad thing and a good thing is cake. But this is the thing, when you have to choose between two good things, it may be hard to figure out which one is the right one. Okay. And I want to encourage you, there are times where you may put your family before business something, but there are times where business has to be structured or your life has to be structured. Sometimes you may skip prayer because you have to go handle a car accident, Lord forbid. But if you do, I'm pretty sure you will say, you know what, Lord, I'm going to go handle this and I'm going to what come back and get in alignment. So we're not telling you to be so rigid that the Father can't what disrupt your plans, because he will. I'm gonna tell you right now, he will. He will send you something that will check your heart, though. Okay, it's all about your heart posture. Are you doing this in spirit and in truth, or are you doing this so nobody can talk about you? And so I want to be very clear that if you have, struggled with something like that balance, this is why you want to get it in touch. Okay. So here is what you definitely want to work on and you want to adjust. Okay. So she loaned the money. The daughter was trying to pay her back, but she was struggling. And because she kind of created this ripple of people not respecting what she was building, now she's at a point where she's trying to scrape it all back up again. Okay. And let me tell y'all, here's the sad news. Do y'all know her business never relaunched? When that business closed, it to this day hasn't relaunched. Why? Because she's still doing the same thing she did back then. She still will close her business. She will stop. Now she does other stuff like Uber and doing other stuff. She don't even bake like she used to because she closes door. We are closing our blessings, the doors to our blessings by the everyday decisions we're making. So if you're making everyday decisions that's limiting you, stopping you, and controlling your options, then you may want to look at, oh my, Lord, you gave me a business 15 years ago. But what did I do to blow it? Or did I not blow it? Did somebody blow it for me and it discouraged me so much that I don't even want to have a partner? But sometimes you need a partner. Okay. Everything ain't meant for you to do alone. So these are the things you want to look at. And I have the Embrace Your Crown series. I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit because that's next. Buffy, thank you for following. English Explorer, thank you, hon. I appreciate you. Okay. So, yes. All right. So, in a financial pinch, she was doing what she had to do. Her daughter had some imbalances. Do you know the daughter she learned 17,000 to was married? She had a husband. But instead of asking her husband for what she needed, she asked her mom. How many of you are tired of being the one in between a marriage? You got help. You got a boyfriend? You ask them. You got a girlfriend? Go ask them. Y'all want to do life your way? Do it your way. Give them the freedom. You can't just give people the freedom because it benefits them. Give them the freedom even when it causes them to figure out how to work together. Tammy, thank you, baby, for looking at the book. I appreciate you. Okay. So I want to let you know everybody is going to have times where they're going to have to dive deeper. And if we're in the way, because we're trying to save everybody, now you could be boxing God, and that was never your assignment. It's not your assignment to be their source. Their source has to be the Father. That marriage is three people in it, three cord strand, not easily broken. But if you're in the strand, honey, that breaks. Sorry. Thank you, love. Okay, for looking at the book. I appreciate you. So I want to let you know if you've been people's source and it's tapping you and running you amok. Hey, girlfriend. I want to let you know. Stop it. Stop it. I was one. I used to do it for my baby siblings all the time. They would call me, Crystal, I don't got money to pay my phone bill. Yeah, I do. This is the book. So the book is nearly 200 pages. It is in color. And we're going through the devotional part. The Bible verses are in here. There are questions I want you to answer. There is a prayer, an affirmation, and a reflection in the book for each of them. Okay. And I do give you 21 days of reminders. So I'm going to go through this with you. This is one of my experience books. The experience books are a bit more, they are 35, but I'm telling you, you're going to use the book twice. Okay. So divide that price in half, and it's about $15 and some change. Okay. So I'm telling you, it's worth it. It really is. I can't even reiterate why I would encourage you to do this. But I've seen people do it and do it the way I'm suggesting. And when they go back and read what they said, some of us don't know what we're saying. We don't know what we're asking for, so we don't know what to look for. Okay. So I want to show you that God does hear you. And not only does he hear you, he is responding and answering you. My dear, how you doing, honey? Thank you so much. Okay, so I want to let you know that I have 5 in the shop, okay, and I have 5 over here. So once they go, ooh, I'm gonna take them off the stove, okay? So thank you so much, love. I appreciate you, Miss Tammy. All right. So yeah. So let me get y'all through this. I know I get so caught up because I'm telling y'all because I know what y'all going through because I've done it too, and that's why I'm like, okay, Lord, what do we need? Okay, we got the experiences to connect us. We're building that relationship, but what's going to be what the solution? I'm solution driven. If you own companies, yes, baby, I will sign it. If you own companies, you got to be solution driven. If you got a family, you got to be solution driven, but you also got to know what when the solution is beyond you. Okay. Your children are struggling with lying. You keep telling them not to lie. You keep disciplining them not to lie. Now, when their lies catch up with them, don't you dare get in the way. Don't you dare get in the way. Let them eat from that lie because they need to understand through experience why lying is not good. Because if we're always saving them, oh, they didn't really mean that. Let me just pay it. No, if they've made agreements with people, some people need to have bad credit because bad credit will remind them, oh my gosh, I can't just be out here willy-nilly signing off on stuff. No, you cannot. You need to be disciplined and you got to learn when you got to let go and let God. We say it, let go and let God, but you got to do it. And it is sometimes heartbreaking. I literally saw, I gave my sister $1,000 to buy a car. Do you know when I helped her buy that car? She told me thank you because that's what they're good at telling. Oh, thank you. And guess what? She lost the job that was paying for the car because she would not correct her attitude. I said, Ebony, you cannot talk to customers like that. Well, they shouldn't have looked at me like that. I see you, Tim, baby. I'm going to sign your book. I'm going to put it in the mail today, too. Okay, love? And I said, Ebony, you can't talk to people like that. Well, they can't be looking at me. I mean, they came in my face. I said, honey, you're the employee. They're customers. Okay. You don't talk to customers like they talk to you. You're supposed to bring customers down so you can resolve conflicts. And then you're working in an environment where people are going to be argumentative. This is a bar. You work at a bar. Okay. What are you expecting? You can't argue, no disrespect, with people that might be drunk. That you're not going to win it. So what do? You call security. That's why there are procedures so you can be in the right. But when you think they yell at me, I'm gonna yell back, you're gonna lose your job. How many of y'all know that girl lost that job within 60 days? She was fired. And then when I told her, hey, you need to humble yourself. You're gonna have to go get any job you can because you got to keep this car. If you lose this car, you're gonna have to fight like that to get another one. No, I'm not working no job. I ain't working these little peon jobs. I'm better than that. Honey, you ain't got no degree. You don't have no history. And then the history, that's your history, you can't put it nowhere. Because if they saw what you did at your last job, they wouldn't hire you there. Well, I ain't working there. I don't want to do that. Fine. Do whatever you want to do. And that's what I had to do. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? So I had to let it go. I had to let her do her. Okay. And guess what happened? She ended up losing the car because she did get a job that paid well enough, but she kept fussing at the manager because she said he treated her like a slave. I said, honey, when you work for somebody, you may feel like a slave, but you're gonna have to endure because slaves had to endure. Welcome to the 21st century. That's the way we all feel. Hey, Mafia, how you doing? But guess what? We realize our feeding our children is more important. We realize having our bills paid is more important. I'm not saying you got to put up with it all the time, but I'm saying there are times where you got to humble yourself. Okay. She didn't humble herself, got fired from there. Remember, I told her to go work this fast food job. I said, humble yourself and take the job you can get. That way you can start making money. And then you can look for better jobs while you're working the job you don't like. You know what she did? She didn't apply still. Oh no, something better gonna come. I said, okay, sure. Whatever you say. Sounds good. I said, but I'm not helping you pay your car note. because that's your car note. I gave you $1,000. That's all I'm doing. Oh, and I got it. I'm gonna figure it out. Sound good to me. She lost that car. And guess what? Still had to go work the fast food job I told her to work. And then guess what she did to me? Oh, Crystal, I don't got no car no more. I said, man, dang, you gonna have to walk or ride the bus. That is just so sad. Wait, you ain't gonna take me? No, I am not. No, I am not. Well, that's not fair, Crystal. I ain't got no car. I do. And I know why you don't got a car. I gave you $1,000 to get a car. So you don't rely on my car. But you chose to forfeit your car because you had too much pride to work a job you needed. And now you want me to co-sign your foolish and unaccountable? No, no, ma'am. You're going to eat every piece of that pie. And if I feel like driving you, I'll drive you. But if I don't feel bad if you got to walk. I don't feel bad if you walk in the rain. She was calling limo drivers to pick her up. This was before Uber was a big thing. She was calling yellow cab. I said, girl, you spending $12, $20. You must be making good money on your job because you spending good money to get there. How many of y'all know eventually she had to humble herself and take the bus? I know some children are like, I ain't taking the city bus. Baby, the city bus was around a long time and Lord's willing to be around a little bit longer. So everybody who need transportation that can't or don't have cars for whatever reasons, not all of them are bad, can have a way of getting around. What makes you think you're better than them? Oh, because I just feel like it. Wonderful. Now you're going to feel, I'm telling y'all, the Father humbled me too. I will get on the city bus if I have to go to the airport in a heartbeat because I know, man, it makes me appreciate. See, what happens is when you got to hit the ground, it makes you appreciate not having to be there. But when you ain't never been there, it's hard for you to understand people that are there. So the Father will permit these things, not because you're not blessed, but because he needs you to understand the people he's sending you to. You can't understand somebody's poverty. You ain't never been impoverished. You ain't never felt lack. You ain't never felt, you know what I'm saying? This is what happens. So the Messiah had to bear everything on the cross so he can understand all of us. He can understand what it means to be frustrated. He can understand what it means to be betrayed. He can understand what it means to be lied on, accused, falsely imprisoned. He understands all of that. He understands when people deny him. Oh, you ain't really that special. You ain't really God. What? Word of God. You can't be word of God. Look at you. You're not cute. You're not handsome. Your hair wild. You can't tell me you're important. How many people are telling you, oh, you're not that valuable? Look at your hair. Your hair, you need to do something with your hair. You need to do something with this. You need it. Why? To match your standards? Who are you? Who are you that I got to match your standards? Last time I checked, the one who I'm trying to match standards for is not you. It's not you. Okay. It's the Father first. And then if I have a spouse, it will be your spouse. And then you can go down the list on who's important to you. But a lot of us are doing things for people that are not even in our everyday lives. But these people have a lot of influence in our lives. This is why you can mute people in your lives. If they acting crazy, this is your life. This is your life. So some of us need to learn to mute and block accounts because not everybody on there is for you. Okay. And you got to know, Lord, put me in the right environment to win. Because right now, some of us may have grown in toxic environments. Some of them started at childhood. So now we have to build the family the Father intended us always to have. Can you show me the book a little bit? Yes, I can. So this is where I am. Let me finish this real quick so I can show y'all the rest of it. Okay, so here it is. She is so desirous to get out of what she has inside her that she would train anyone who cared to listen. And this is what I love about people who are intentional. They will still give even when it feels like they're being pulled. Okay. Too often people, especially family, do not see the value of what you have. To be resourceful with food and find ways to make things new is invaluable to a mother or wife or people who want to feed themselves. She is remarkable with what she can do with dietary restrictions, ingredients, and ideas. Some of you are incredible. Words can't describe how amazing you are, but you need to prioritize your blessing. I am helping her again to organize her thoughts and ideas so we can work as partners to get this business off the ground. She is doing her part. She's doing her part, putting her dreams first for the moment so she can build a legacy for children that she loves. Legacy is not built overnight, but through a series of choices you make today, tomorrow, and throughout the year to come. So I want to encourage you, if you have dreams, if you are working on something, please don't allow other people's priorities to replace yours. Okay? You have a purpose. When you get married, you're supposed to join together and your purpose is better defined. The Bible says, how can two walk together unless they agree. Okay. If you are trying to walk with somebody and they're going left and you're going right, it doesn't mean one of you are the devil. It just means that both of you are not walking together. So you don't agree and there's no chemistry, no symmetry with where you're both going. So you may have to let good people go. You might have to say, Lord, you know what? My job is to go to college. This husband don't want you to go, or this wife don't want you to go because she wants you to work. Okay. So you might say, well, Lord, that's not what you told me to do. Okay. Some of us are suffering because our lack of obedience. The Bible says obedience is greater than sacrifice. Some of us are sacrificing because of our lack of obedience. Okay. So I'm going to let you know, if you have gotten a word from the Father told you, meaning he can use your mama, your daddy, or somebody that can tell you something. If it resonates to the point where okay, yeah, that's a word that came from God because 3 people told me the same thing, then you may want to heed that and then prioritize it and see what the Father does. Is the Father blessing you to get in college? Is he blessing you to do this? Is he giving you more so you can be successful? Or is things falling away? Are you losing the things you had that was going great? Sometimes you are going to lose things when you are going in the path the Father has, because greater does he have for you. But you got to know what greater looks like. And we got to lean on the Father to define it, because sometimes we don't know it. Okay. And let me tell you, people will leave your life. Not all of them are good anyway. Some of them seem good, but you just outgrow them. Hillary, thank you so much, hon, for looking at the book. All right. So here's the question. This comes with the devotional, by the way. So after the Bible verse, we get the devotional, which I just read. This is the question that comes from this. I want you to ponder this. If you've been on the live, you heard it. Here's the question. What gifts or talents do you have? Okay. What's in your hands? Okay. Because you're asking the Father to bless the work of your hands. So what's in your hands? That's what I'm asking you here. Okay. Have you started your business yet? If that's in your hands, what are the obstacles you are facing when telling people no? Okay. Let's say you're what's in your hands, Lord, I got to put my nutrition in my hands. I need you to bless my health. Okay. If your health is in your hands, are you able to tell people no when they ask you to do something that go against what you are trying to get the Father to bless? Okay. If you know you need to lose weight, you may have to tell people that are making food you shouldn't eat as often. No. Hey, no, I'm sorry. I can't eat that cake. I already had this. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Oh, when you girl, this ain't gonna really affect your diet. Why you acting so weird? You don't even live no more. If you just come out with us, honey, I don't drink no more. Oh, but come on, we about to have some fun. You don't want to have no fun no more. But they got the no. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you want to get your life? See, this is the stuff that people do to us, and we start caving. And this is why we don't see the blessing, because we allow other people to redirect our focus and our priorities, and we miss it again. And then guess what? We back to God. Lord, I'm so sorry. I'm not seeing that growth, Lord. I don't know if my prayers are working. That's what we say is the reason. Lord, I don't know if you hear me. He heard you. He answered you. He's trying to tell you, learn to say no. Some of you, that's the reason your hands are not blessed, is because you have not learned to say no. So simple. Okay. Ask yourself the question, can you say no? If you cannot, ask yourself the reason, why not? Who can I not say no to? Who could be honestly taking advantage of me not being able to tell them no? Okay. Children are really good at it. If you can't tell them no, they'll ask you for everything. And they know what parent to ask, because they know mama ain't going to say no. Daddy will say no. So they don't want even acknowledge daddy, because they know daddy gonna say no. Or mama is so strict, I ain't gonna ask her, I'm gonna ask auntie. Auntie don't even live with you. But you asking people who you know would tell you yes, because you want what you want, even if it comes at your own detriment. Tammy, thank you, baby. Okay, so you gotta reel this stuff in, because all of it stacks. Okay. So here's the next question. Are you the go-to for fixing problems in your family? If you are the go-to, if when stuff breaks down, they're like, let me go call you. That gets draining. It's a lot. It's heavy. Okay. It's burdensome. So you have to figure out ways on how to respond. Being a go-to is great, but here's what you don't want to become. I'm going to go do. Okay. I'm going to go to you because she going to go do it for me. Don't go do it for them. You can help people that want to be helped, but not everybody want to be helped. Some people just want to distract you. They are sent to get you off what you're doing so you can help them move furniture. But I thought you were doing something else today. Oh, well, they called me when they call you yesterday night. No, don't cancel your plans for people that call you last minute like that, because It's not fair to you. And over time, you're going to start getting mad. You're going to start getting frustrated. You're going to start hating your family. Lord, I ain't answering none of their calls no more. Why? Because they abused you, because they misused you, because they overextended what you intended to give. So you got to let people know, hey, look, I'm not doing this anymore on Saturdays. Well, that's the day I move. It sounds like you need to move on Friday, or at least start the move if you want my help. These are boundaries you can set. If you want me to help you do something, I need at least 3 days notice because I got to move stuff around in my life to help you. But people don't see you moving stuff around in your life, helping them as a benefit. So you got to let them know it is a benefit. And the way you let them know that it's a benefit is you got to believe the power of what you're saying no to. When you say no, you got to mean it. When you tell them, no, I'm not doing this, mean it. I love that about my husband. He'll tell children no in a heartbeat. And even when I want him to change, I never will ask him to change because I know that was something I struggled with. Some days still do. But he doesn't. So that's why when the children want stuff, I say, go ask your dad. And they're like, oh, sometimes they even make noises. So now they don't even make a noise because they already know making a noise is still having a rebuttal, right? And you got to know, as an adult, you don't owe people an explanation for everything. And I would even say for most things. When people say, oh, can you come and do this? No. Well, why not? Because I can't. I just told you I can't do it. Oh, let me be clear. I won't do that on that day. Well, why not? Because I already said no. But I don't understand. What are you doing? Are you going to be at home? Are you going to, first of all, I don't have to explain my life decisions to you. If I'm telling you no, I'm going to need you to respect my no. If I ask you a question and you tell me no, what do I say? Okay, no problem. Why every time you say no, they want to turn it into a whole conversation? There ain't no conversation. This is a conversation. My answer is no. And when you start doing that and making people focus and respect your no, then you ain't gonna have to talk as much. People gonna know when not to call you because they already what? Respect your boundary. Yo, she gonna tell you no because she don't move on Saturday. She don't do nothing on this day. And this is what honestly I had to do with my own family because I had to do it with my own business because my clients will try to call, text, and they still can call and text. But guess what? It don't come to my phone on Saturday and Sunday because I have to create my own boundaries so that I can hear from God. I can't hear from y'all and write books and do all this stuff for me as an author if I'm too busy working for everybody else. And you got to understand that too. There are times when you may have to unplug from your phone or detach from whatever you got to detach from so you can hear. Okay, so you can get healed, so you can get fed. Yes, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're wonderful, but you don't want to be the person that everybody pulls from because who gonna feed you? If I get sick, who's going to help me? Okay. There has to be someone that can do that for you. And I want to encourage you to find that. Okay. So here's the next phase, right? So we did the scripture, the devotional, and the questions. Next, we're going to do the prayer, the affirmation, the reflection. And then after that, real quick, so you can see the design, you're going to get to the notes. I want you to write notes. This is going to be whatever happens today. If you don't have the book, I want you to write it down on paper. I want you to write down what you felt. I want you to write down what you was thinking. I want you to write down, Lord, what can I believe you for? What do I need your help with today? Okay. For some of us, we need the Father to come in and help us with something. If I showed you something in this slide that you're like, Crystal, you spot, you ding. All right. I want you to pray on that today. Okay. I got a prayer here. You can definitely, we're going to all pull this together, but I want you to add other stuff throughout the day that you know you need the Father to do for you. Okay, you ready? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me tilt this down just a smidge. All right, here we go. Here's the prayer. We come to your throne boldly to say thank you, to call you awesome, wonderful, and wise counselor. Father, we need your help to guide us in creating healthy boundaries with children, family, co-workers, habits, and other things competing for the time we need to fulfill our purpose and to build a legacy. We thank you, Father, for not allowing us to fail the most important assignment in our lives as individuals, mothers, wives, fathers, or husbands. We thank you for your direction and endless love to keep us as we make mistakes and helping us redeem that time like only you can. In your precious son's name, Yeshua, Jesus, we say thank you and hallelujah. Okay, hallelujah. All right, so now I'm gonna give you the affirmation. This is what I want you to say throughout your day. I want you to just reflect it. Okay, I know it's a bit long, which is why I definitely had a book so you can get the book and have the affirmations, but I want you to think on this and pick out the pieces, rephrase the statement. But I want you to say this all throughout the day. Okay. I trust you to help me create boundaries that I will follow to love myself and others, but importantly, you the most. And should I fail, thank you for redeeming my time. Okay. I know it's a long affirmation. So here it is. I trust you to help me create boundaries that I will follow to love myself and others, but importantly, you the most. Okay. So we're trusting the Father to what? Help us create boundaries so we can love ourselves, we can love other people, but most importantly, love the Father following him. And if we should fail, we trust the Father to redeem our time. Okay. I want you to know the importance of redemption. It is very important. Okay. I will let y'all know we are almost at our goal. We're at 2,200 hearts. So there are 300 hearts left for us to get to 2,500 hearts for the live. So if you guys can help me get there, feel free to light up the screen for me and we will reach our goal for the live. Okay. So reflection. I'm going to read the reflection to you. Where do I need to establish boundaries to protect my legacy? I want you to look at where do you need to establish boundaries today? Where do you need to reshuffle or maybe say no more, say yes more? Okay. Yes more to stuff you need to do. Yes, I need to take a break instead of working 10 hours straight with no mental, no spiritual, no break. Okay. Maybe you need to play gospel music when you're in your car. Maybe gospel music is a thing you need to do. All right, guys, we're doing good. We're at 2,300 hearts, 200 to go. Okay, so continue to lift up the live, continue to do the likes. It definitely works, and we'll definitely reach our goal here on TikTok. Okay, so how can I best serve my family and fulfill my purpose? I want to let you know it's twofold important. It's important that you serve yourself. It's important that you serve the Father, you serve your family, and I want you to know that if you take what you're doing seriously, other people will too. It's called they're gonna have to respect you, right? Or they're gonna move out the way. Either way, it's gonna move. You're gonna see the blessing. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to share or you want to ask the Father for so that you can see the fulfillment of the plans He has for you? If there is, I want you to put these questions or these answers to the reflections on your notes page. Okay. Next, do you have a praise report? I want you to write your praise reports in the book, okay? Because this helps you to remember them. Sometimes we put them in our phone, we write them in random places, and we don't know where to go back to find them again. So if you want to be able to find them, this is why this is also a functioning journal. There are lines in it, so you can actually write it in here. And then in 60 days, 90 days, I want you to come back and I want you to review what you've done, okay? Because this is how you solidify it. I'm doing great, love. Thank you, believer. Okay. So the last one is write everything down in the notes section. Okay. So that's what the notes section is. This will start the next devotional. All right. So if you've enjoyed this devotional, I'm telling you, it is just as dynamic when you do it yourself. I wanted you to know if you've been wanting to get spiritually closer, more, in depth with your intention on, reaching God, reaching heaven, being blessed for the stuff you're doing. I want to let you know it's an incredible book. Okay. And it does come signed by me. You will have me to do your first devotional with you. It's going to be a video that you will get. I will make sure you have access to it when you order the book here. And these books will have tracking. They come pretty fast, y'all, because I'm shipping them myself. Yay. I'm going to put them in the mail today. So you will get tracking by later this evening because that's how they process through the post office. Okay. So yes. So you'll get all that today. If you want to get the book, but today might not be the day, I want you to still add it to your cart. So when you add it to your cart, when you're ready, you can check out when you're ready and you'll know exactly where to go. Okay, so go ahead and click the pin and add this to your cart. It won't stop the live either. Okay, so let me see. Now, one thing or a few things that I did mention on the live that I do want to come back to is biography. So if you're on the live and you are interested in writing and telling your own stories, your biography, I want to show you two books that I wrote that kind of shares my biography. Neither one is 100% of my biography because I think there's more to people than just one story. And when I first wrote my first book, I realized that real quick. I was like, oh my goodness, I have so much more to say. So I want to share this one real quick. This is my first book. It is All right. And by the way, all the books behind me are all my books from my store. So I have over 62 books that are published. And I do these lives to share content from them so that people can definitely know more about me and the books and why I create them. Real quick, guys, we're doing really good. We're at 2,400 hearts. We have just 100 to go. So if you guys can light up the screen, if you love what you hear, that will allow us to reach our goal of 2,500. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So let me wait, is it showing? Okay, it is now. Okay. So here's the book real quick. So I wrote this book initially because when I was going through my first divorce, I was like, oh, this sucks. When I went through that divorce, I felt like such a failure. I really did. And this is why Bless the Work in My Hands I had to do as a devotional. Because when we go through life transitions or even transformations, we wonder, what did I transform into? What did I transition into? And if we don't quite understand it, or maybe we lack the hope, the focus to know what the Father wants to do with it, we can start saying, I'm going backwards, right? And when that divorce happened, I honestly felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. I don't deserve to be married. This is why it ended, or this is why he did this. And when I realized that's not it at all. Sometimes good people just cannot walk together because they're not in agreement on certain things. And him leaving or it breaking up doesn't mean that necessarily the devil won either. I know sometimes we'll feel like if there was a divorce, the devil beat us. No, some marriages came together because we wanted them to. Sometimes marriages come together for a season, but the Father has another reason for you to do something else. Maybe, what they need is not no longer something you can provide, or etc. And so, there are reasons people get divorced, and I'm not here to argue, to support, or defeat them. But I wrote this book because in the case of my divorce, I want to encourage people who want to love again to find the ability to first start loving themselves, to start understanding that you're not a failure, that you're not useless because what you used to be, you're not, that your title of being wife doesn't mean that you are no longer good for anything because you're no longer the wife. Or when your children grow up and they move on, you're used to being a mom and all of a sudden you don't hear the word mom as much. So I want to encourage you that if you're going through a story like this, I wrote Alone but Never Lonely. And the subtitle for this one is Catherine. And it is based on my real life, by the way. I did change names and all that good stuff just so people will feel comfortable. But everybody in the story knows about it. They've read it. And this is what I love is you can tell your story and it not demonize other people. You can tell your story and other people are like, wow, I'm glad you told that story because now I get to see another part of what I didn't see about myself. And so I want to encourage you. This is a really, really good book. I mean, I tell the story before I got married too, and how I had to give up my car, how I had to honestly believe for a car when I was financially just out of it. I had to move unexpectedly because of my family and just all kinds of stuff. So it was my struggles. And then I finally got married. And when I thought everything was going to be good, that fell apart. So you can imagine when you do all of this and you're like, man, everything is great. And then it just completely turns. And so if you've had an experience like that or going through one, I want to encourage you with this one. Now, one other book that also tells a bit of my life story that is this one. And ironically, it covers my second divorce. But I have to tell you too, I didn't write these stories just to be stories about, my life per se. I write these stories also to show you your life and how your life can change. So in this one, look for the drip and expect the outpour. Hold on, let me show you this one. This one I really like because I was going to minister this concept. And then when I was going to minister it, stuff happened. And so I had to more or less change my plan to use the book. And because of that, I decided to pull some things back. And when I did that, I realized, okay, not everybody has my story, but I know everybody has gone through drought seasons. I know all of us have felt like we're losing. Thank you so much. I see you, love. I have gone through points where I'm like, Lord, I need you to bless me. Bless the work of my hands. Yes. But I also realized why I was struggling too, because I was living a lifestyle that wasn't what the Father told me to, but I felt like he was going to make it right. How many of us are knowing we are in bad relationships or trying to win with people we know we ain't never supposed to even have started a conversation with? And if we did, they were ministry people. They were people we should have just said, you know what, God can help. But instead, we got ourselves all the way invested. We tried to save them ourselves through our faith, through our prayers, and we realized real quick it don't work. Now, for me, it took some years to figure out it didn't work. I talk about that also in this book. And then I also talk about my financial and business journey, because we may not realize, but your business journey and your personal life are more connected than you may realize. And so when my personal life was messed up and funky, my business was funky. I wasn't making the money I needed to live. I wasn't able to keep up with the lifestyle I used to have. And I had to start looking at, Father, what is stopping my blessings? What stopped the blessing? The blessing and work of my hands. What happened to that? And I realized it was what I was doing that was closing opportunities for me. So I had to become intentional about not allowing that to be what happened more, consistently. And when I realized that, that's when it clicked. Oh, I got it. I see what I'm doing wrong. And when I realized that, I started to look for the mist. So this deals with how you can go through drought seasons, you can get mist, you can get light rain, you can get drizzles, but all of these are analogies for what happens in our lives. When we hear a sermon and that sermon just like rejuvenates us, that's like getting a light rain, right? But when you are able to use it in your life, that's when you start feeling it heavier, because now you're starting to see the presence of God. Now you're starting to know that He is with me. Now you're starting to realize He is my friend. He is my Father, because you're seeing it manifest. Okay. So that's what increases the rain. That's what the analogy is representing all throughout the book. Okay. And wait a minute. Oh, I'm about to call it right back. So these are the things that I want to let you know also for your life, is that you're going to experience all kinds of things, but I want you to know, how do you get to the outpour? Okay. So the question is, look for the drip. I want you to look for experiences. I want you to look for things that'll inspire you. But I also want you to expect the outpour. The outpour is when you are no longer shifted by what you see. You are confident in your purpose and in your destiny and where you're going, and you're full of faith that even when challenges come, it doesn't derail you. Okay. So now that I am in the outpour, I went from making $15,000, $19,000 a year to doing over six figures gross. And that changed my mind. I went from relying on food stamps to asking the Father to take them away if I relied on them too much. I said, Lord, if I need them, keep them. But if I'm beyond this, if I can do better, show me how to do better. Because I don't want to stay somewhere because I feel like this is all I can do. This is all I'll have. This is all I'll be. Okay. And if you have ever felt that way, I want to encourage you. It doesn't have to be your story either. We can do better than that. And I want to let you know, if you have been, asking that question or worrying about that, that it's more than possible. So I want to give you my story so you know that it's true. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to share? There's a couple of things I mentioned from Embrace Your Crown today. Those books are in the shop. I'll just show them to you. There are 3 books in this series. You don't have to read them in order. But I love them. Oh my goodness, I love them. I know I did mention this one, or the concepts from this one a bit. And it's Embrace Your Crown, Open 7 Gates to Find and Overcome Heartbreak. And I wrote this book because I had to stop begging people to be acknowledged, to be appreciated, loved, or respected. If you have been begging people in your life, oh, I wish they would just see me. Oh, I wish they would not be like that. Oh. Let me tell you, it's not them. You might say, oh, yes, it is them. They the ones that, no, it's how you allow them to impact you, how you allow other people's words to affect you. And if we allow them to impact us, affect us in ways that is not what we should allow them to do, because our patterns, our time, our wants and desires, our atmosphere, our lifestyle is not congruent to what we're believing for, we need to embrace our crown and know that we are worthy of this stuff, because the Father gave it to us. Okay. And so I want to encourage you that if you are going through that, there is a way out. And this book is meant to definitely help you stop begging people to do those things. And you'll stop begging them when you realize you have it already. Okay. So yes, if you want to refocus and honestly do so much in there, I want to help you. That's the first book. Now, the second book, I'm going to put it over here too. The second book is on unbelief. And I had to do the one on unbelief because what I realized, once you embrace your crown, a lot of people don't realize that it's the reason why you're struggling is not because you're not good enough or something's wrong. The reason why it's not working is because you still don't believe it yet. Okay. So let me go back. So this is that's the first one. Hold on a second. Somebody has a comment over here too. So let me grab my pen. I love these pens, y'all. All right. So this is the first one. I highly encourage you, if you are begging, if you are looking for everybody to give you your validation, this is the book you want to get. Okay. I dropped my little stylus. One second. My bad. All right. So yes, I'm a pen too. Okay. Let's agree. Okay. I see that. All right, cool. So somebody also made a comment over here, so I want to make sure I acknowledge it. All right, so yes. Now, the second one in the series is unbelief. And I had to do this one because a lot of us think we need magic. A lot of us think, oh, my life is so bad, Lord. I don't want to, it ain't a way to fix it, Lord. Just deliver me, But deliverance is a process and it does require you to do actions to maintain it, right? To walk in it and to know that it is done. All right. Belief is part of it. And a lot of us are not failing in life or missing the mark because we are not good enough. We are missing the mark because of unbelief. Oh Lord, I don't know that. I don't know, Lord. This don't really sound like me. Oh Lord, this don't really feel like me. Yeah, it's a good thing, especially if what you've been expecting has been far beneath you, right? Thank you so much. I see you, love. So I want to let you know this book is signed by me, y'all. This is something I've lived, but I want to show you the chapters in this one too. You don't need magic. What you need is power. That's a bonus chapter. It's not even one of the gates. But I start the book off with that because a lot of people think, oh Lord, I just need you to ibbity bobbity Buddhist thing. That's not going to happen. Okay. It won't happen. And if it does, what have what I'm saying, learned in the process? And if not enough, it will change. Okay. So I want to encourage you with that. I don't know why this thing is doing what it's doing, but hold on a second. Y'all, this other one is tripping. Real quick. Let me fix this real quick. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So for some of us, we're thinking that, if we do this, it's going to change everything. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it won't. And I want to encourage you that if you have been struggling, in this area, it's not the end. Okay, so go live on this device in your live on another device, or try updating to the latest version. Mm. Oop, I don't know. It is off. Oops, my other phone died, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oop. Let me make sure it did. Oh, no, it didn't do it. Okay, well, it'll come back. But anyway, so this book is on unbelief. Sorry, y'all. The TikTok one went down. The phone died. Oops. But yeah, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. The other phone died, and I guess it's not updated to switch my live over. So this is the live. I know I was talking about the book on unbelief, so I'll repin it. Oh, it is here. See, hold on a second. I was talking about this one. I'm going to talk about this one, and then we're almost there, y'all. I know I'm almost done with this live. I just want to go through these ones real quick. My bad, y'all. I hate that died. But yes, so with this one, here are the gates. You got to make room for miracles. Okay, that's the first thing I want to remind you. Miracles, signs and wonders, all that good jazz, that is coming from obedience. That is coming from being able to hear and follow the Lord. Okay. Another thing I want to let you got to know the promises of God because he makes promises to us for a reason. They build our confidence. They build our surety because we can know that nothing he says won't come to, will come to him void. There's the word. All right. You need to kick negativity. When the Messiah was about to do a miracle, he kicked people out of the room that were not ready for what he was about to do. In your life, you have to be willing to do the same thing. You might have to move people out. You might have to hold your dreams to yourself for a little bit longer to allow you to know with a surety that this is real before you go tell everybody else, especially if you're not going to be ready for their questions. Okay. Another thing, you have to take courage and work. That's the fifth gate. Okay. And when you take courage and work, faith without works is dead. So if you say, well, I believe, but when people look at your works, they don't see it, then I would encourage you want to relook at that. Okay. You really, really do, because they have to align. Okay. You got to work and you got to have faith because they go together. All right. And then here is the third book in the series that I want to share with you real quick. Here's the third one. Let's see, here's the third one. And the third one is Sharpen Your Focus. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, now in this one, there's only 3 gates. I keep it very, very simple. But there are more chapters in the book than 3. All of the books are 164 pages, by the way. Let me see, hold on 1 second. Let me show you this real quick. So in this one, we are dealing with seek first. You got to know what you seek first. You got to seek first what? The kingdom of God, and the Father will add everything else unto you. Okay. But when we are seeking everyone else's opinions or approvals and stuff like that, we can find that we live amiss. We can find that it is a struggle. We can find that we in a place where we don't want to. But I want to let you know, when you have what you need to be doing and you are focusing on that, more can be accomplished, more can be achieved when you can do that. Another thing, where's your beginning? When you know where you come from, when you can embrace where you come from, because embracing your crown is embracing the good, the bad, the things you want to change, and saying to yourself, hey, look, I really need to change this, or I really want this, or I really need to work on that. I want to encourage you, it can be done. Okay. But knowing where you come from is where we all start. If you want to get 50 books published or whatever your goal is, you start at the beginning. And wherever that is, I want to let you know it's going to be all right. Okay. Another thing is, what do you believe? Okay. What do you believe about the word? What do you believe about your word? What do you believe about the future? What do you believe about your hopes and dreams? All of it matters. Okay. Because these things feed into what you can focus on. All right. And next thing I want to do, these are the 3 gates that are specific to sharpening your focus. The reason why a lot of us get distracted or miss the mark too much is because we need to first adjust our focus. We need to remember what we said we were going to do to begin with. We need to remember, oh man, dang, this is why I said I was going to do this. Have y'all ever went to the grocery store and completely forgot what you went there for? Or you bought up the whole store and left without getting what you should have got when you was there? Because you needed to adjust your focus. You needed to have a list. You needed to have something to keep you on the path and not all over the place. So when we find that we're missing the mark, we may have to adjust our focus, which is to bring ourselves back to where we began. I came to Walmart because I needed to buy groceries. Lord, here are the groceries I should have got. Here are the ones I got. And guess what? We can blow our budgets. We can miss our marks because we are buying stuff that wasn't on the list. Okay. So having that discipline to write the list and follow it are necessary. Okay. For business, life, marriage, whatever it is. Okay. If there are communication rules, you got to follow the rules. If there are classroom rules, you got to do that too. Why? Because this is going to help you succeed. It's not about limiting your experience. It's about making sure you have the best experience. But do you believe it? Okay. Well, the reason why the Father is in your life is because he's what? Supposed to be your master, Lord, and Savior. If you believe that, then allow him to correct and change things, because he's going to. That's his job. Right. All right. Another thing, here's the second gate. Remember what you did before. When we remember what we did before, it doesn't mean that we're remembering so we can keep living in the past. We remember so we can realize what we did good, what we didn't do so well, what we already learned, what we refuse to repeat. Okay. If you don't want to keep living a lifestyle of repeated failure and stuff like that, you need to get focused on what you did before, but be committed to do better than you did before. Okay. Yes. Say yes. Yes. Okay, good. All right. The third gate is put it all on the table. I know for some of us, we're like, Lord, I'm not going to ask you for everything. I'm just going to ask you for. And what we're really doing is we're trying to buffer what we ask the Father for in case he doesn't do it. So we don't get discouraged and we don't get sad or depressed or something like that. I want to let you know the Father doesn't need you to buffer him. He wants to know the hard things, the difficult things, the things you struggle with, the impossible things. Because he says what's impossible for man to do, it's possible with him. So if you want to ask anything, ask it. Ask it. But don't ask amiss. Meaning don't ask and not believe he can do it, because then you're asking amiss. Sometimes we ask amiss because we're asking the Father for something he already told us no for. Okay. So the reason why some of us are not getting a yes is because the Father has already answered. Okay. So if you are struggling with that, I want to let you know that this is something the Father can handle and deal with. And that's his goal and objective. Okay, so those are the three main gates to sharpen your focus. And I want to let y'all know the subtitle in this book is Don't Let the Voices Distract You Anymore. Okay, so if you've been distracted by other people, distracted by when people jump on and make comments, I want to let you know that there is more for you. Okay, as far as marriage books, I know you asked about a marriage book, essentially about how to maintain um, sexual chemistry in marriages. I don't have a book out about that just yet, but me and my husband are writing books together. So whenever that book is coming out, I would definitely post it. I've gotten that question a couple of times. We actually wrote 21 Days to Bless the Work. No, not that one. We wrote 21 Days to Break Chains together. So if that is something that you're wanting to do, that book is really good. And it was wrote with me and my husband communicating together. I am going to be coming out with a marriage book though. I just haven't wrote it yet. And when I write it, I'm gonna let y'all know though. Okay. All right, real quick. I'm gonna just share this, and then after this, I will let you guys go. I know you guys have been on with me for a minute, and I appreciate all of you that has been able to be on. I apologize that the previous one cut out like it did, but I want to let y'all know if you are wanting to, publish your books. I want to let you guys know real quick. I can help you publish your book. I do have a book that shows you how to do everything. You can do it yourself if you want to. Also, if you want me to help you do it, I am a publisher, so I can help you do that as well. And this includes the consultation. Okay. So when you do get the book, it is going to come with a conversation with me. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to help you not only know how to publish your book, but get a game plan. I can review your book during this consultation. And so I really, really do want to see you get the book because it will make a lot of sense. Okay. You don't have to use me as a publisher. You don't have to commit to working with me. That's not what it's for, but it's meant to show you how to do it. Okay. So if you've been having a million questions, if you don't know where to start, if people have told you, girl, you need to write your book, or sir, what happened to your book? I want to let you know I can help you get it done in 90 days or less. Okay. That's what I do. If you've wrote nothing, it doesn't matter. I can definitely help you go from where you are to where you want to be. Okay. So I'm gonna just put this book up here real quick on over here so you can see it. But this one is the one that I use to work with all of my clients. Okay. So if you do or would like to work with me, this would still be step one. It will allow me to see where you are, answer your questions about your book, and give you feedback. And then after that feedback, you can make the best decision on how you need to move forward. My job is not to tell you what to do. Even every coach knows that. But instead, I want to show you your options. I want to show you how you can do it yourself. I want to show you if you want to, if you have questions about the business, how to do something, I want to answer it. And then I want to be sure that after the call, you have a game plan on how to finish what you start. Okay. There's nothing worse than starting something really good and just not being able to finish it. Okay. So if I can help you do that, you can use that pen and you can order that. If you just would like to get the guide and have the guide so you can move forward, you can also use this as well. This will allow you to get the book, get the guide, and then start knowing what to do. All right. All right, guys. So I know y'all have been on this with me for a while. If you have enjoyed it, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't followed me yet, please feel free to do that. That way, when I go live again, it'll be soon, you'll be able to get notified and know that I am on. And I am author Kaylee. I am professionally known as Dr. Crystal Lee. Thank you so much. And, my goal is to share my stories for sure, to come and do live so you can communicate with me, know I'm a real person. I write my books authentically. I don't use AI to write for me. I believe in that. For me, it's my process. But if you do, I can show you also as an editor how to make it better, how to still make it you, and to make it copyright available. AI content you can't copyright, so there's limitations to it. So I want to share stuff like that with you in the consultation, which is why I do this. I love helping people. I love helping people to tell their stories because I've been able to tell so many of mine. And I have over 62 titles, so feel free to go to my shop and check out my page, and then that will allow you to know more about me and connect with a lot more of my stories and just the things that I love to do because I love to write, y'all. I still am writing. I'm actually writing 4 books right now for myself, but I'm publishing a whole lot for other people. So if you do like to, write and everything, definitely follow me, connect with me. Send me a DM if you have questions on writing and publishing. I would love to help as well. Okay. So until my next live, guys, thank y'all so much for being here and just allowing me to speak into your lives. Until my next live, may y'all be blessed. For those of you who have ordered books or committed to ordering a book soon, thank you. Thank you for your commitment. I look forward to autographing, signing your books. I will put them in the mail. You will get tracking later on today. So yeah, it's going to be good stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Soph. I do see you checking out that book, and I thank you. I appreciate you. I am doing a mail run today, so as long as you get your orders in between now and 12:30 Central, which is about 1:30 Eastern, I will be able to get your book in the mail today. If today isn't the day, but you really like what you've heard, I want you to add the book that you like to your cart. And then when you're ready, you can check out. Okay. And when you do check out on TikTok and, on the store, I will definitely be able to sign those books and send them to you. And trust me, you're going to love them. I haven't had, thank the good Lord, any of my books returned, which is good. I get a lot of, comments and compliments, and that is something I love. But I write to really impact people. If you don't know, I am an ordained minister and chaplain and certified transformational coach. So the stuff that I am sharing, I've lived, I've done, I help people to do, and I would love to help you too. Okay. So if that works, let me know. If you want to connect with me, feel free to send me a DM as well. And thank you so much, Soft. I see you added that book to your cart. Again, you can go to my shop. You can click the purse. There are more books. I only post so many of them in the lives, so it's not so many books to scroll through to get to the one I'm talking about. And thank you so much, love, for following. I do appreciate you. Okay, so until our next live, guys, y'all have a blessed day. And may the good Lord keep you and your family. In the mighty name of Yeshua, we say hallelujah, Jesus. Amen. And so be it. Bye-bye, y'all. Y'all have a beautifully blessed day. Until the next live. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you so much for being on and being so amazing. I do see you. And I want to share real quick before I end this live. I almost forgot. I want to share the website. So if you do need help with writing and publishing your books, I want to show you our website real quick. And our website is klepub.com, but you can also give us a call. Okay. So klepub.com is the website. And you can scan this QR code or click the pin now to go to the website. When you go to the website, you can just click the click button there. And on that button, it will allow you to give us a call straight from your phone. You don't have to type anything in. So just use that QR code or click it in the comments, and it'll allow you to get here. When you click this, it will open up our phone number on your phone, and you can call us straight. So real quick, there are 4 typical services that we offer. The first one is going to be those who already have their books edited and ready to go. They just want them formatted. If that is you, you are going to click option 1. Okay. This service will take 2 to 4 weeks once we get you on the calendar, and we'll be done. So within a month, your book will be finished. If you need us to do like a light edit or what we call a book review. So if you finish your book, but you really want somebody just to read it and give you their thoughts or opinions, I want you to go for option 2. It does include a basic grammar edit as well. For the third option, this is for those of you who want editing. If you say, man, I do need my book edited, there's just no way I feel comfortable publishing this without an editor. I would love to look at your book and give you feedback. This will take about 8 to 12 weeks. The previous plan will take 4 to 8 weeks, so about 2 months. This one will take typically 8 to 12 weeks. Okay, just know what all you need. Sometimes people want us to finish the end of a chapter or stuff like that, or write in words. It does include that. It's just not a whole lot of words we're going to write with this plan. And then the last plan is ghostwriting. Okay, so if you want us to write your story for you, I want to let you know we do that. We will interview you, talk you through the steps. If you want to use AI to write your story, we can do it that way. It is, of course, more affordable, but we will have to do a heavy edit on AI written content. So if you have an AI book and you want it to be written to where you can copyright it, You're going to be between option 3 and this one, between the gray and the black option. Okay. But if you want us just to write it organically, which I recommend, you want to use the black option. Okay. And very simply, when you click on these, it will take you to the next window. So this is the first one. If you just need us to format your book and ebook. So it comes with a book and an ebook. It comes with everything that you'll see here. When we do a book review here, we're not going to read the whole book. We're just going to focus on the content of what you're writing. Okay. Now down here, you can see the other plans. So if you need to upgrade your service level, you can always just click on the option on the bottom and it'll take you to where you want to go. Okay. Or you can also use the top. And if you don't feel like it's going anywhere, you can do that. So yeah, so this one is what all that includes. It's going to give you a book and an ebook with all the service levels. So you will get a book and an ebook when we're completed. And that's one of the best benefits. And this tells you the editing styles. Okay. And the max word count, because that does matter as you get into the heavier plans. And then this is ghostwriting. Okay. So if you have any questions for me, you can always click on need help and we will be more than happy to help you. If you have questions on maybe turning your book into a business or launching it on social media, stuff like that, I want to let you know you can click on business and social media and we can help you. If you have productions, if you want to have a podcast or something like that, you can always click here. And then if you just want to do some of our workshops, you can click there. Okay. So that's just a little bit about other ways we can help you as an author for sure. And I wanted to make sure I made mention of, oh my goodness, I'm so too low. There you go. So yeah, so if I can help you for sure, feel free to reach out to me there. I will love to learn more about your projects and see how I can help. So until the next live, may you all have a wonderfully blessed day, an afternoon, and all that good jazz. Until my next live, guys, bye-bye for now.